We've all had embarrassing disasters, from face planting to dropping that perfect piece of cheesecake right when you were about to take a bite. Prepare to be amazed that someone was able to get their phone out just in time to capture these photos taken right before disaster.
Amazing!
We all have that one friend who's a maddeningly sound sleeper, and you really want to go out your way to wake them up, right? Well, this guy decided to teach his slumbering pal a lesson and wake him up with a bucket of water. Now that's just cold. The people in front here seem to be flinching and leaning away from the incoming baseball, but I have to hand it to that guy in the Mariners sweatshirt. He's ready to take one for the team. In the face, possibly. Now there's a true fan. And then there's this poor little kid who will one day beg his mom to tear up this photo. Sadly, he's about to learn an important baseball lesson. Hitting the ball is important, but keeping the ball from hitting your balls is even more important. I'm not sure what went wrong with this toast, but there seems to be an explosion of spirits. Whatever they're celebrating, they definitely said, "I'll drink to that." Gently clinking glasses together is one thing, but these two clashed their mugs together hard enough to break one. Dogs playing frisbee are so cute, even when they're getting hit in the face. These two pups can't seem to get the hang of snatching the frisbee out of the air, instead of getting whacked with it. The second one even manages to multitask, simultaneously hitting the frisbee and the tree. This calls to mind a holiday song about something roasting over an open fire, although in this case, it's a person and not chestnuts. I admire that he has his arms stretched out like Superman, but he's going to need more than that to avoid roasting his own nuts. While I'm on the subject of fire, this girl is going to smell something burning really soon, if her friends don't warn her first. Then again, she could tell everyone on Instagram she took a really hot selfie. This cage match is about to go all kinds of wrong. It seems the fighter in the middle is so distracted arguing with someone, she has no idea she's about to be stabbed in the back by her opponent's 2 feet. This next subject is a poor guy that wanted to be in the picture so badly, he tripped and fell backwards, spilling his drink. If someone is swinging a hammer anywhere in the vicinity of your face, it's probably best to look away, or better yet, duck. Staring straight at it just isn't a great idea, in case the hammer wielder just so happens to lose their grip and, well, this happens. If you want to get hammered, this just isn't the way to do it. Dogs are always trying to mark their territory. Guess this woman should be pretty flattered Doggo wants the world to know she's his special spot to pee. Props to the photographer who made the difficult choice between yelling, "A dog's about to pee on your head," and just taking the picture. When you throw a party, you want all your guests to have a good time. Unfortunately, this lady is having such a fabulous time, she doesn't seem to realize she's about to fall into the pool. Speaking of falling into pools, you'd think this guy would notice he's not even coming close to nailing that swan dive. He probably needs to start thinking about breaking his fall soon, or his next selfie might be at the emergency room. Did you ever have that dream where you're jumping in the air and suddenly you see a goat lunging at you? Well, now you will. I'm not sure how this happened, but inviting farm animals inside is generally not a good idea. I have to admire this guy's tenacity. Just seconds before making an epic faceplant off his dirt bike, he can't stop himself from falling, but he does manage to flash a thumbs up for the camera. It's nice of him to let us know that he totally meant to do that. Clearly, he's just showing them what not to do, right? And I'm not even sure how to classify this biking accident. His facial expression tells me this definitely was not meant to happen. As it turns out, bikes of all kinds work better when you hang on to that all-important front tire, but you also have to hang on to the bike itself, especially when attempting a downhill jump like this one. Then there's this woman who just learned the perils of riding her bike over a sewer grate with long vertical slats. And let's just hope this guy is wearing an athletic cup in case he ever wants to tell his children about that time the motorcycle landed very awkwardly in his lap. It's never too early to teach your kids about the laws of physics and stain removal. Why not let children learn firsthand? I'm guessing this kid will one day be telling his therapist he has no idea why he's had a lifelong soda bottle phobia. Then there's this guy who was about to develop his own phobia, and yet another situation where it would be very wise to dodge out of the way. That's one flying missile of a sugar bomb headed right for him. There's not much worse than a large dog getting carsick in your car, unless it's a large dog positioned to get carsick on you while in the car. Fortunately, another passenger was able to capture the last picture our human subject will ever have of this shirt. It's always a scary moment when you're about to dive into that delicious piece of cheesecake, and it decides to dive right off your plate. Hey, if you managed to catch it in time, at least you burned a couple calories lunching for the dessert, right? As for this catch, it must be some sort of eating contest because our subject already appears to have mustard in her mouth in preparation for the hot dog. Looks like they have a winner. And you thought only humans could have a bad day. This animal was going for a ferocious forest beast, and instead he wound up belly flopping into dirt. This kid isn't quite old enough to dunk, and apparently he also hasn't learned to duck when a basketball comes flying at his head. Either that, or someone has superglued this basketball to his nose. Speaking of our early education memories, we all learned in our formative years that you're supposed to hold on to the swing with both hands. And yeah, we all said, "Look, Ma, no hands," a few times. But this little girl is taking that one a bit too far. This dad is being a really good sport about playing with his young son, who obviously wants to be a boxer when he grows up. Too bad dad hasn't figured out how to float like a butterfly, away from his kid's awesome right hook. I'm sure all of dad's coworkers will believe his story about how his toddler gave him that bruised nose. No, really. Hey, at least he has a picture to prove it. Have you seen a shining example of a photo taken right before disaster? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like and subscribe, clicking that bell icon to never miss a new video. Thanks for watching.